Fed Chair Jay Powell responding to White House criticism over the Fed's renovation project, writing in a letter to the Director of the Office of Management and Budget, "We take seriously the responsibility to be good stewards of public resources as we fulfill the duties given to us by Congress on behalf of the American people." Joining us now from Washington, Mike Shepard. Shep, as we said at the start of this program, this story just won't die.
Eager to keep this one alive because, in a way, they are trying to lay the groundwork for a possible case to move against Powell if President Donald Trump really does want to set up a decision to fire him. At some point, they would need some grounds. They would need some cause. And we have heard the president and his allies. You just heard White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt refer to it again, making these accusations of lavish spending. The Fed chair is trying to counter all that, pointing to the fact that, look, these buildings that constitute the Fed headquarters near the National Mall here in downtown Washington, they're nearly a century old, and they need extensive upgrades. They have not been renovated really since they were constructed in the 1930s, and they need extensive abatement of lead and asbestos and other safety upgrades for fire and ventilation purposes, too. But look, John, this is really far less about a renovation project. It's really about whether the Fed chairman will heed the president's call to lower interest rates. This is a case that Donald Trump made in the Oval Office on Wednesday with Anne-Marie Hordern right next to him, practically, hearing him argue for lower rates. But right now, the Fed chair is not ready to bend to the president's will. He is not prepared to do so. He wants to see the data. For Donald Trump, the data are there. He is calling for this. He sees the European Central Bank making moves in that direction. He's also looking at what many are seeing as relatively low or tame inflation, giving the Fed enough leeway to act. So we're going to have to be watching this very closely, both on the renovation front and on the body language when it comes to interest rates.